What is up, traders? Hope everybody's doing well. In this video, I will be going over the two trades I took today on NQ. Both sells trying to target the weekly sell side over here. Now, today, price didn't do that. Price continued up, but we did manage to get some profits out of the day. First trade, profits were taken somewhere around here. Second trade, profits were taken somewhere around here. I will be showing the executions when I'm done, so don't worry about that. You guys will be getting the exact numbers of my entries and exits. But let's go over the top-down analysis on why I entered these positions. Okay, so coming into the day, obviously, the bias for the day was to sweep out the weekly sell side liquidity over here. As we can see here, all the way back here, we have this major low. So bias coming into the week was to sweep out these lows. We came into the morning session. Price was already pretty deep low, 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m. This was around where the session started. These are candles right here. Price was already deep down, so I thought, okay, we're gonna just continue down lower. We had this 1 hour fair value gap that was holding price. We had these wicks, 7 a.m., 8 a.m., and then the 9 a.m. candle as well. You have this wick here, price respecting this fair value gap. So that was an indication that price wants to drop lower from here and not push up any further. If we drop down to the 15-minute, now we will start to see some more interesting stuff. So first thing that jumped was SMTs with ES, as we can see here on the 15-minute time frame. SMTs with ES. ES made a higher high on the 15-minute, whilst NQ made a lower high. So that was a first nice indication when dropping down to the lower time frames. The first trade was taken right here. So first trade was taken here right before market open. The reason for the first trade was, as we saw, we had SMTs, the 15-minute SMTs with ES, and then even on ES, if we drop down to the 5-minute, I believe there was even more lower time frame SMTs. Yep, right here. So we had these 5-minute SMTs right here, and then if you go and look at NQ, lower high right here, higher high on ES. So that was an extra confirmation to enter shorts. So entry was based off this, as I said, lower time frame SMT, price dropped, breaking structure, making a 5-minute BPR, which is basically a balanced price range. So we can see that this region right here is a balanced price range. Impulse leg up, impulse leg down. The balanced price range portion of that is right here. Price came up into it, respected it, and broke heavily away from it. This was before the market opened. Market opened over here. This was around 9:20. When price confirmed that this is looking bearish and price wants to push down from here, I dropped down to the 1-minute and looked for a reason to enter. Looked for a reason to enter. Now we can see obviously that on the 1-minute chart how price respected that 1-minute balanced price range very nicely. And also we can see the new November 17th new week opening gap. Price almost tapped into that as well. Price rejected, dropped down to the lower time frames. I saw this 1-minute fair value gap. My entry was, I believe, 27.79.5. In a bit I will come up with the orders, but that was my entry. Stop loss was above the high, and then TP, I was obviously trying to target the lows, these sell side liquidity lows, but price opened, dropped, creating the 930 fair value gap. I expected price to come into it and just continue lower, but price showed kind of lagginess, so I remember moving my stop loss somewhere around this region, and I got stopped out with this big candle at around somewhere around this price right here. And then we waited, so that was the first position. I waited for some manipulation. So at this point we had triple highs, so I wanted to wait for some sort of sweep before re-entering the market to target lower prices. Now I do remember I did enter one micro, I believe it was right around this region, and I got stopped out. It was a very tight stop loss because we swept some buy side here. I expected, or I thought, that this 50-minute SMT will just hold, but I was wrong. Looking back, that's not the best trade to take. Should have waited for that sweep, which we did have at around 10:06 here, 10:05, 10:06. Price swept and then impulsively and very strongly broke lower, making our silver bullet fair value gap. So the silver bullet is the first fair value gap after 10 a.m. So I do believe we have one more here. This is technically the first fair value gap, but I didn't choose this because I wanted to choose something more pronounced. So the silver bullet, I like it to, like, this is not enough of a fair value gap for me to use, especially when we had something like this. So I put price dropped heavily. I remember putting part of my position on this fair value gap because when you have two consecutive fair value gaps like this, you need to account for the other one. You can't be just too needy or want just the best fill. So I put part of my position here, and then the other part at the silver bullet fair value gap. Stop loss was above the high, and then same as the previous trade, trying to target the sell side lows, the weekly lows. Price came down impulsively, very nice, inverted the 930 fair value gap, and then from here I expected price to just shoot down. So I moved my stop loss somewhere around this region, expecting the 930 fair value gap to, since it was inverted, I expected it to just continue to push price lower, which that didn't happen. That wasn't the case. And then price just pushed back up. And then for the rest of the day, just consolidated. Didn't really do much. So yeah, those were the entries. I'm going to show you guys the exact entries right now. Okay. So as we said here, this first entry entered at 27.79.5. So 27.79.5. You guys can look to the right. That's the price. So around the mid of this, or about the lower quarter actually of this fair value gap, right here. And then price dropped. I got filled for my trailed stop loss at 27.32. So 27.32 and 0.75. So around there, somewhere around there. Yep, right there. That was my fill for the trailed stop loss on this position. And I said I entered one micro here. This was not the best trade looking back. And then the main trade of the day was this silver bullet. As I said, I entered part of my position right here, got filled in at 27.68. So 27. No, sorry, that was let's see, 27.94. Sorry, so 27.94.5. So somewhere around there. This fair value gap, the 2 micros there, and then the final position was put at this region, so 28.08. This was my second entry, stop loss above the high, and then I scaled in. I forgot to mention this actually. Once I saw that price was confirming my down move or confirming my bias, I decided to scale in 2 more contracts, respecting the silver bullet, projecting heavily. Entered 2 more here at 27.68. So 27. I didn't get the best fill. I wanted to get an entry right on this retest, but the count moved too quick, and then I ended up getting a not the best entry, 768. So somewhere around here. Yeah, and then price continued lower, 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 lower. Once we inverted this 930 value gap, I expected, as I said, price to just absolutely flush to the downside. I trailed my stop loss to 27.53, so 27.53, so right there, boom, and I got stopped out with this candle, and then price just continued higher. So yeah, those were the executions of the day. Very nice, good. Price wasn't swept. For the weekly sell side wasn't swept yet, but we did manage still to, with proper trade management, I did still manage to get some profits, trailing stop loss, not being too greedy, knowing where the market should move if we're on side. When price started to stagnate around these levels, that's a nice sign for both these trades to be out, and that's exactly what happened. This candle got stopped out here, and then it pushed all the way up. This candle trailed because we know the 930 value gap. Since we're bearish, we took buy side. There's no reason for price to come back up if we are bearish. So it trailed stop loss to this region. Price disrespected, and then just continued for the entire day to just range. Those were the 2 trades of the day. Yeah, if you guys want more content like this, join our Discord. Link is in the bio. Follow me on Twitter. Link is in the bio as well. And until next time, guys, happy trading. Stay safe.